What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Hook Tree Climbing. Thank you so much for visiting the channel once again. Today, I'm going to be presenting to you guys a cool little video that I've put together. Here it is. Let me just show you. So it's currently unlisted, but right after this live stream, it'll be up for you guys to watch. There's no voiceover on the video, but this right here kind of works as the voiceover. So if you guys want to watch it without the voiceover, just wait for about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes right after this live stream, and then I'll just post it and you can watch it then without the voiceover. But anyways, just gonna get on my phone here, and that way I can monitor the live stream. Or maybe I can monitor it a different way. Let me see. So I got these two monitors that I can use. I got an external monitor and my laptop. So right now I'm in front of my laptop, and then to my left I got the whatchamacallit, the external monitor. So yeah, it's nice little setup here in the studio. Yeah, I got the little drum set in the background, and you guys play drums. I just mess around, so I'm not like a really serious drummer or anything. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Sweet. Sweet. We got 3 people watching right now. What's going on, everybody? Say something in the chat. All right. Let's see if anyone wants to hop on before we start this live stream here. And I think what I'll do is we'll start it up right now. So, what do you guys say? You guys want to start it? You guys can leave a quick comment here in the live stream chat. Oh, I got some coffee here. It's so good. So I roasted 2 coffees like 2 days ago. I had a Ugandan coffee and then an Ethiopian, and they are so tasty. I roasted them like pretty super light, so I roasted them probably like 30 seconds into first crack, and then I dumped them into the cooling tray. And they're pretty tasty. They get better over time as well, so it's like this really cool experience, and I love it. I love coffee. All right, so let's do this thing, man. Let's do it. I'm gonna play the video. Let me know how the audio is going. I think that. Okay, sweet. Oh, a lot like Vegas. Hey, man, I've noticed you in the comments. Yeah. So, speaking of coffee, here's this video actually starts with me preparing an espresso. So yeah, a lot like Vegas, it's an espresso, and no, I'm not talking about coffee, but I am talking about like just my love for coffee. Just before the video starts. So here it goes. It's a good old grinder right there. So it's about 18 grams of coffee right there. Super tasty. And I just distribute it, make a nice little puck, tamp it down. And that's how you make some delicious coffee, man. It's just, I weigh it out like it's just like a little bit next level. And there's people who bring it up to even greater levels. This is kind of just scraping the surface. So yeah, this is basically how I start out my day. Like before I go climbing, I always make an espresso, something coffee. I always have some coffee before I leave the house because without it, man, I don't know. I get kind of grouchy and I get headaches too. So, the withdrawals. Yeah, man, you gotta hydrate with the coffee. At this point, the coffee hasn't hit yet. And I'm probably like a good 40 feet at this point. I haven't really hit the first branch, like live branches yet. Um, but I'm going to be speedlining here. So I'm just going to cross over this union with a double lanyard technique here. Tidy up the ropes, get some good rope management. Yeah. Those little stubs, they feel good in the sternum. I'm just kidding. So I got pretty lucky here because nothing actually got hung up uh, on these lower branches. So the idea here is basically what I want to do is go up, tie in, set the speed line, and then, you know, start cutting and everything. Because I don't even have a chainsaw on, so that's my game plan. Just climb all the way up, set the speed line. Um, I could have used the throw ball just to set a tying point, and that kind of speed things up a little bit. But I didn't. I don't know. I didn't really feel like doing it because I had to go up to set a speed line anyway. And I'm just like, man, just gonna go up all the way to the top, tie in, set the speed line, and I'll commence the work. So that was the idea here. I mean, there's tons of different approaches to it, but this kind of works for me. To some people, this might not make sense. But literally, like, how long did this take me? So far, I've been climbing for 5 minutes, past tons of unions already, and I'm a good 60 foot in the air at this point. Yeah, I've noticed that, like, with when I'm rigging, I usually like to have my time point above my rigging point. And then with speed lining, I like to have it like the opposite way. I just feel like the speed line sometimes might end up crossing over onto my climbing line. I don't know. I just feel like over time, with my experience, this is the way that I found it the most useful. Sometimes I'll um, put the speed line below my tie in. but this is the way. You guys watched Mandalorian? Yeah. It'd be nice if we could get a something for tree climbers where you can have a K cup up in the tree. You can quickly make a K cup. It's a lot of wishful thinking, but just take up, I don't know, take up a bottle of water or of coffee. And yeah, yeah, man, we need we need some more innovation. Have you guys seen the new rope wrench by ISE? It's like adjustable on the go. It's an adjustable friction settings, kind of how the akimbo has bollards, but it's the rope wrench with a bollard, an adjustable bollard. Pretty insane. All right, so I got the chainsaw in hand. Oh yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I finished my first or my second semester at NC State. Oh my gosh, I had this stats class that totally kicked my butt, super tough, and I ended up leaving that class with a better grade than I imagined. So I'm just stoked. I should have definitely set this line higher. Not because I needed it to be higher, but because later on in the climb, you'll see that I end up adjusting it to a higher point in order to continue speed lining. Um, but height with speed lines, oh, it matters so much. Very important. So if you guys are speed lining, I mean, so a lot like Vegas, you know about the ISC. It's called the ISC Apex. Having climbed on it. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. You got the Apex. That is so cool. Um, oh yeah, and I'm going into. Well, I when I was in the army, I was going into tech then, and so I recently had another degree change. So I want to go into tech, continue that path. So yeah, I'm still going to be climbing though. This channel is going to be maintained. Okay, this channel is going to get content, and I don't know, man. I've just been climbing for since I was a kid. I can't seem to stop climbing. It's like I don't know. You guys ever heard of tree therapy? Tree therapy is a real thing, man. If I don't climb, it's like when I don't have coffee in the morning. It's just like I get grouchy. There's something about me. Something's off. Life is just not as sweet. And so I get up into a tree. Either I'm pruning, whatever it is I'm doing. If I'm just like messing around, just fooling around on a red climb, like I leave feeling so much happier. Like I just feel fulfilled, you know? And so that's a big aspect of my of climbing for me. It's beyond just like making money and uh, creating content for this. It's something that fulfills me. Oh yeah, I'm rusty, man. Or maybe it's just my position. It's just like, early in the morning, you gotta work out you know, it's just early. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these slings, if you guys notice, they are not fancy. There's nothing fancy about this setup. It's like a super basic. Some people might even say like this is like an abomination that I'm doing. Using slings like this, and you might be right, but this works. This absolutely works. Um, so it's not really working on a budget. It's just I don't want to spend the money on a real speedline setup. Just using what I got. Yep. Just trying to get that. I forget what you call that thing. It's basically where the rigging loop is joined, and I don't like to keep that on on the loop. You kind of just keep that out of the capture. You know what I mean? You don't want to capture it in the loop. You want to keep it in the straight portion of the sling, so it's not cinched down on. And first cut, man. That took me 15 minutes, bruh. A little cut and throw here. What else I got? Oh, poor bush. I'm referring to the friction saver. Yeah, that zigzag, man, when it's self feeding, it's just so satisfying. I love the zigzag. Oh, yeah. A lot like Vegas. Just saw your comment about the speedline kits, and yeah, the speedline kits, man, they're probably the way to go. Um, but I've never really, I don't have anything speedline specific. I just kind of I have these slings that I use in order to like create a redirect, or like maybe I just want to create a spar anchor real quick, and so that's why I have them. I don't have them specifically for speed lining. I just used what I had on me, and but you're right. The speedline kits are the way to go because it's actually more expensive to buy the everything separately, or it comes out just about the same. You know. Oh, little hang up, but so bad yet so good. No, that was bad. I knew I should have came down and cut those two. Like I remember thinking at that point, like when I was down lower and I was cutting some of that other dead stuff, I was thinking to myself, maybe I should go down, but I didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. You're the spreadsheet guy, bro. Yeah, no, that's good, man. That you took the time to think about your purchase, because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, they don't even think about it. Um, yeah, cleaning up my mess. I mean, I guess I was worried about the branches getting caught up, but I wasn't really serious about them getting caught up until I realized that it might actually be a problem. I was just trying to get away with it, you know. Um, it's like a form of being cheap, you know. Yeah. I don't think that I'll be buying a Speedline kit anytime soon, though. Just work hasn't made sense for me to do it. You know, like in a business kind of way. Yeah. But whenever it does, I'll even pick up one of those Apex ISE Apex um, friction devices. Oh, what's that? I think it was like might have been a gum tree, possibly a gum tree. I forget what kind of tree that thing is, but it's taking some hits. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, so you see, this is where I'm moving up that speed line. Needs to go up further, man. Just need a little height, and it just helps out with like spreading out the rigging forces and not putting a creating a negative rig. So if I continue to rig from that point there, it would have just basically been like a negative rig, and puts a lot of force onto it. I mean, I'm not really concerned about that at this point, but it's something I'm always just cognizant of, and you never know. So I actually end up doing something pretty cool with a spar anchor later. Some people might say it's stupid, but I thought it was Innovative, to say the least. I had a little fun with some of the gear. Yeah, those Velcro straps, man, they're just amazing. All right, Justin's ready, man. Yeah, Justin's my partner in crime. He's awesome, man. Oh my gosh. All right. That whole time I wasn't tied in, man. You believe it? Because I guess I'm just trying to be quick, and I've been doing this lately, and it's just been, it's been pretty embarrassing from like just a professional standpoint, and the platform that I have as well. Just like, I'm not immune to this kind of mistake. So pretty stupid, but you know, I've learned from it. I definitely have. I've been working on that for a while now, and yeah, I've been seeing some good results. So I'm not doing this anymore, and kind of just back to my old self, just tie in right before I cut for any kind of cut. Just been kind of overdoing it, but yeah, that's a huge mistake there. Beaut, beautiful, and that's basically it, man. That's the tree. But now comes to the blocking here. Probably what, like 60 feet in the air at this point, and I got a small little spot down there. You guys can see it right down in here, this little area. Working extra hard here. Yeah, since it's just me and him, I do things like this because it kind of frees him up to do something else, and then I can focus on the next step, and he can focus on the next step as well, like whatever he's got going on down there. So I think it's from an efficiency standpoint, it's not too bad. Um, Using up a lot of energy though. So I mean, it's still early, and we didn't have um, we only have one more tree on this property here, so there will be a part two. Um, and yeah, so from an energy standpoint, like I didn't really need to, focus on reserving so much energy. I just kind of had to, you know, do whatever I had to and get it done, man. That's it. Just gonna cut out some smaller pieces here, and then probably like in another 5 pieces, I'll be cutting bigger and bigger. Just trying to cut something manageable so that I can get them to land properly and they don't go bouncing around all over the place. Yeah, see, that was close. Was close to that other tree. That's another thing, man, about tree cutting down trees is like you got to be careful about all the other trees around you because you don't want to bust up the cambium layer on any of them. So it's you know, being careful is the name of the game, man. So there, I still have some viable crotches that I can use um, to repel from if need be. So no spar anchor yet, but pretty soon they're gonna be making some spar anchors. Yeah, yeah, that was good, man. Just trying to get them to land right so that they're not, becoming lawn darts and leaving holes. Yeah, so one thing that I've noticed is that blocking out pieces like that um, is very energy intensive. And so just cutting some big old logs out of it, negative rigging, some big old logs out of it is much more efficient than um, continuing to just block it down the way I was. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh, I'm doing it again, guys. Oh, man. See, this is bad. Um, simple mistakes, man. They're costly, not so simple, but I'm in the zone. I'm just like, oh, wait, hang on. No mistake. I'm tied in. I thought I wasn't tied in there for a second. Um, but yeah, like I said earlier, man, I was getting into. I noticed that I was becoming like kind of careless, man. Just you know, not tying in. It would be things like that, just making a notch on something, just a quick notch, and I wouldn't be tied in. And it's still important to be tied in. Some people might be like, yeah, you know what, not a big deal, but it's a big deal. So I'm definitely playing with fire here. Gotta make sure I take my time out before I send this. Yep. So one thing that if you guys will notice is that whenever I'm negative rigging, I always put my lanyard and my tie-in point. Maybe not my tie-in point, especially if it's a spar anchor, but I usually put all my life support systems above my negative rigging gear. So, for instance, here the rings, the slings right here, um, the whoopee sling, I should say. I put everything above it. That way, I'm just I'm not putting anything above my gear that will prevent me from taking it off and repelling. So that's a huge thing for me. If I were to put anything underneath those rings, like for instance my lanyard, I wouldn't be able to get my lanyard off because there's a weight on those rings, and it's gonna keep me from removing that lanyard. And if I were to cut myself or something like that, I would be in big trouble. You know what I mean? So it's like something I do. Always aware of that. Oh, just trying to brace myself. That was a good hit. That was good. So yeah, if I were to get cut, like at this point, I can just remove everything very easily um, and I could have repelled. You know, yeah, it would have been nice to have the retrieval ball. What I'm referring to is to be able to then repel to my next point, and then do whatever I have to do, put lanyard on, and then retrieve the friction saver. That would have been nice. But yeah. But I did learn from this time. I actually have the retrieval ball in my little ditty bag. So yeah, I always have the retrieval ball in my ditty bag, just in case, man. I'm trying to send a giant. I'm literally cutting some just huge pieces. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah. Huh? What's up, buddy?
My this over my head.
You want to put this on? Okay. Okay. Is it good?
Oh,
How's that?
good.
Yeah? All right. Close my door.
Um, okay.
Thank you. That's my son. He put a costume on. Oh, we're gonna hook up. Oh, a lot like Vegas, man. Just saw your comment here. In the pouch, it's basically an Israeli wrap. So the Israeli wrap is it's got the blood clotting um, material in it already. So that's basically all it is. No tourniquet. I probably should get a tourniquet. Yeah, actually, Justin offered me one. I'm gonna text him about that. Yeah, I should definitely keep a tourniquet in there as well because, you know, Those will definitely help. Remember, high and tight. For those of you guys that don't know about tourniquets, man, it's high and tight. Yeah, I remember in the army, man. We're practicing, um, putting the tourniquets on each other. Dude, it hurts so bad, and it has to because it's got to stop the blood flow. But goodness, man. Wow, bro. See, Justin's a savage, dude. You you see that? See, Justin is he's good on that rope, man. He won't. If I tell him let it run, that's kind of just what he does, you know. And that is just perfect, perfect. So I'm just trying to keep the rope off the log there and from getting all. Yep. So he did like three big cuts. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, good one. Yeah, a lot like Vegas, man. You know the deal, man. High and tight, and don't put on no joints. You know, because that's not gonna stop no blood. So here's this. I alluded to a spar anchor that I would be making, and I made it here with the rigger pulley. I forget what it's called. It's not the rigger pulley. It's the this carabiner with the integrated pulley. It's got a Beckett on it, so the hitch climber. You can do the same thing with hitch climbers, and you you won't get bound up if you take the tail end and stick it over into that, creating that extra friction point. It's kind of what I was getting at. I don't know if you guys know about it. Yeah, that's too far right, man. Okay, all right, now we're talking. Get that direction. And this one is gonna land so close to that tree. Check this out. perfect. So there it is. That's the whole setup there, and it's retrievable like that too. So I could just come down to my next point and then just kind of feed a little line into the system and then pull it down. So it's a sweet little thing I did there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, the revolver rig, man, came in clutch with that one. So that revolver rig was a pretty cool setup. I really enjoyed it, and I ended up switching out the carabiner on the Beckett for a wire gate carabiner, and it just made things a lot smoother, a lot quicker when installing and then taking it off. So yeah, guys. What else I got here? Let me go over some comments. Let's go over the comments. What kind of comments we got here? All right. So some guy from Russia, man, he posted a question. I should have put this into a Google Translate. Copy, translate. And how are you not afraid of such height? And if you fall? Huh. Well, I've gotten used to it, you know. Climbers, man, I mean, you will always be kind of like, you know, afraid of something, and the fear is what keeps you alive. But no, man. And we're trying to make some money, man. Forget about the height. I need to eat. Okay, so here, I dislike the shorts. Okay, yeah, so that's a poll that I posted. Thanks, guys, for whoever participated in that poll. That poll's awesome, man. Got some feedback. And so I've been trying to just post the longer videos and in parts as well. So the series, I'm glad you guys gave me some feedback, and that kind of gave me a little direction with the channel. So that's what I'll be doing. You guys can expect some longer videos. All right, what's this guy saying? Okay, yeah. Shorts is just TikTok, not a fan. Yeah, right. Okay. This guy likes the shorts. There are some shorts. I'll keep making just a bunch, but I'll focus more on the longer length content. Oh, this guy says that his Subaru sounds like my chainsaw. I don't know if that's a good thing, but most people like the sound of the chainsaws. A lot of people are just like, hey man, what'd you do to your chainsaw? And I'm just like, hey man, I just kind of cut the exhaust port open a little bit bigger, and that's basically it. And then got rid of the spark arrestor. I also had to tune the high and low screws and the idle a little bit, just to give it a little more fuel, and so it don't just shut off on me. Because after I made that mod, it was shutting off constantly, and I couldn't keep it on. And there was just tons of problems, but I ended up figuring out the adjustments, and it's perfect now. This guy here, who's saying bloated with gear and no idea. When I started, yeah, there's a lot of people who say there was nothing. Okay. Yeah, man. Cool, bro. I hope one day Yeah, good. Oh yeah, man. So I work with tons of different people, man, and sometimes I work with people who are extremely competent, but then I work with some people who are incompetent, just not they're not really tree people. I mean, uh, they're still training and all that, so you know, it helps to have a very experienced person to kind of give the direction, how things should be, how things should look, and giving feedback along the way, because a lot of the things that you do in tree work, it's not like something that you can read. I guess you could read about it, but it's more so something that's handed down to you by working with someone with that experience. And so learning from them, learning from others, and yeah. So the synergy comes with experienced people, man. Whenever you get a bunch of experienced people, it's great. Uh, Here's this guy, beginner. Get tons of comments like this, man. Yeah, what position tips and tricks? I don't know what he's talking about using the two ropes. But I'm glad my styles are good, informative for you. Good work, climb high, cut small. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, he's leaving a comment based on the drone. So the drone, we had some drone footage on this video. The dangers of climbing the windstorm, dude. That day was just insane, absolutely insane. Um, yeah, man, dude. I'm always just trying to. I guess like my videos aren't specifically meant to teach anybody, but a lot of people, that's what they take away from my channel. Like they see how I work, and then they're like, "Yeah, you know what? I kind of like this," and it makes sense to some people, and it also doesn't make sense to others. Other people, there's comments sometimes saying like, "Yeah, man, you are slow," and I'm just like, whatever, man. Um, I just move at a certain pace, and I feel like when I'm able to kind of take a look at the work, and then you know in reference to my experience and looking back, I can say like, hey, you know what? I should probably pace myself here. I probably should like, make sure that I go slow in these parts. Maybe I could speed up in these areas and kind of just figure it out in my head before I head up. Um, and there's a caveat because once you're up in the tree, I mean, the plan changes. It usually, it diverges significantly from what you initially intended to do. So that's my experience in the trees, man. And look at this guy. I personally learned a lot from those like you who admit it, who admit to it. Yeah, man. So, we're no one's perfect. There's a lot of tree climbers out there who are like pretty on point and everything, and there's a lot of competition climbers. I don't know if you guys follow any competition climbers, but um, the ones that I follow, I mean, they're on point, man. Most of what they do is uh, it's awesome, and I love watching that kind of stuff. Um, but I'm sure they make mistakes as well. They are not perfect. Uh, if you're human, you're gonna make mistakes. It's just the nature of the beast. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So voiceover volume. Oh yeah. So a lot like Vegas. You're still here with me, man. Tell me how the volume is currently. How do you? What do you think about the volume right now? And anybody else? Because there's apparently 6 people watching. So tell me what you guys think about the voiceover volume right now, and should it be louder? Is it too loud? Um, Let me know. Let me know in the chat there. Okay, good. Awesome. All right, anybody else want to chime in? Okay, man. So, this is pretty much all I've got. Let's see. Tree climbing. This guy Strider Trees, he posts a lot of stuff. Saves climber from deadly fall. Okay. It looks like he's using one of those nice, expensive lanyards. Oh, a la verga. Oh my gosh, dude, you just got. Bro, I could have told you that that was gonna happen. You know, the guys down on the ground, they could have helped this guy. Oh, sorry about that. Let me see if I can put this in the frame a little bit better. So this is what I'm watching here, guys. This freaking idiot. Gosh. So this usually happens whenever you have a long butt and it's going to go top down. So top down and you got a long butt, this is always going to happen. It's going to happen. Doesn't matter what you think, what you hope for. This is what's going to happen. I mean, this guy is super lucky too. I mean, he could have lost his head here. He could have, broken an arm. It looks like it might have hit him too. This guy is, gosh, man, why isn't, yeah, it definitely hit him, dude. Wow. Let's see what else Trademark posts. See a cowboy? Maybe. I don't know, man. Doing some crazy stuff, bro. You gotta be careful. Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of climbers might do is they'll just hope for the best instead of, creating the right scenario for themselves. And it's usually the stupid things. Oh, look, the climbing arborist posted about Noel Rodriguez. You guys should follow Noel Rodriguez. If you guys are on Facebook, man, Noel Rodriguez, he is, wow, an awesome climber. Noel Rodriguez, the way that this guy climbs, look, that's him right there. Yep. Stay clear. Sweet. Made the point. Look at that. Smooth, man. Look at this guy. I didn't even know Noel was on YouTube, bro. Yeah, when this guy climb, I actually never got to see him climb, but like, um, in the Masters challenge, he came so close to winning, to getting into the final round. The only thing that messed him up in Williamsburg in 2019 was that his glasses fell off in the aerial rescue challenge, It was the stupidest thing. I feel like they should have just allowed him to go on because he was competitive. He was extremely competitive, and because of that, um, another guy went in. I mean, very capable people, but he should have definitely been one of those people that got in. Maybe at a, I don't know, man. It really just it ticked me off. You know? And I bet you he's using the akimbo. Yeah, look at it. Yeah, that's the akimbo. He loves the akimbo. I I've actually become very fond of the akimbo. The akimbo is like awesome. That walk back is gonna be insane. Look at him. Beautiful. He caught some flack on that one, but whatever. Noel Rodriguez is a savage. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for logging on and hearing me ramble a little bit. I appreciate you guys for the support and yeah, the full video that we just watched. It's gonna be Lob Lollipops Part 1. You guys can watch it a little bit later. And till next time, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.